Hello everybody, and welcome to Affiliate Summit webinar, How to Create Highly Valuable and Financially Rewarding Information Products. I've got Greg Roulette here with me today. And Greg, if you don't know, happens to be a former touring musician, as well as a best-selling author and a speaker. He has been in the online marketing world for quite a long time, and he works with authors, experts, entertainers, entrepreneurs, and business owners all over the world to help them share their knowledge and change the lives and businesses of others. So after creating a bunch of successful strings of his own educational products, Greg decided that he was going to help others in the production and marketing of their own products. So today we have this webinar, and Greg is going to show you how to create your own information products. So before we get started, I just want to go over a little bit of information for Affiliate Summit. As a thank you for attending this webinar, I will be sending you a 10% discount code to Affiliate Summit East 2012. And I have on the screen before you some information for our upcoming Affiliate Summit Central, which is taking place May 15th through the 16th in Austin, Texas. You can go to the affiliatesummit.com site to find out more information on Affiliate Summit Central, as well as Affiliate Summit East, which is taking place August 14th through the 16th in New York City. If you would like to go to Affiliate Summit East 2012 and you just can't afford a pass, Missy Ward and Sean Collins have a bunch of opportunities for you to get a free networking pass. And if you see on the screen the bit.ly link before you, you want to hit that link, type it into your browser, go on over and check out how you can get a free networking pass. It's really easy. You're going to download a flat Missy or a flat Sean, take a picture of yourself with this flat Missy or flat Sean at a location of your choice, check in on Foursquare, attaching that picture, and then send the link of that check-in to us at realdeal@affiliatesummit.com, and there you go. You've got a free networking pass to Affiliate Summit East 2012. So I hope to see you there. So don't miss our next webinar, which will be next Tuesday, March 6th at 3 p.m. with Tricia Meyer, and it is When Pinterest Met Affiliate Marketing. Gasp. Oh, it's going to be interesting. So you can check out the link in front of you now. Go ahead and write it down so you can register for that for next week. If you would like to tweet about this webinar or any of our webinars, you can do so at #AppSomeWebinar. You can find this webinar, recorded version of it, at affiliatesummit.com / I always say backslash, it's /webinars. So that's it from me. And I'm going to pass this on over to Greg and let us get started.
Awesome. Screen, here we go. Well, thanks for the introduction, and I'm really excited to be here. Like Mary said, my name is Greg Roulette, and I run a company called The Product Pros. But what we're here to do today is we're here to talk about how you can create highly valuable and financially rewarding information products. And we're going to talk about a lot of different ways to use products in your business, whether you're an affiliate, whether you're a blogger, or whether you're a merchant or running an affiliate network. There's a lot of opportunities to create information products to grow your business. And right as we get started, I want to talk about some myths that people have about creating products. And the first is you don't have to sell your product to make more money in your business, which sounds counterproductive, but we're going to talk about exactly how you can do that in just a few minutes. But you don't have to think of this as an information product that you're selling, an ebook or a DVD or a CD set. Now, you certainly can, and we certainly do that in our business and with a lot of our clients, but you know, there are a lot of different ways to use these products and use this information to help people solve their problems, which in turn helps you become a celebrity expert, which allows you to become an authority. It really gets people to know, like, and trust you, and therefore do more business with you. Now, you know, with that, an info product can serve many purposes, and it can also come in various shapes, sizes, and formats. And you know, you might just be thinking that we're just talking about ebooks, or we're just talking about membership courses, or you know, I mean, there are so many different ways that you can create an information product. You know, there's coaching programs, there's teleseminars, there's webinars like the one we're doing today, there's ebooks, there's physical books, there's CDs, there's DVDs, there's newsletters, there's big home study courses. There are so many different formats, so don't limit yourself to thinking that products is, well, I just have an ebook, or I have a series of ebooks, or I have a couple audio files. There are so many ways that you can package and pull your information together. And we're going to talk about really what's more important than the packaging in just a few minutes. And the last thing is, a lot of people when they're first getting started is, you have a whole lot more to share than you think you do. A lot of times people, well, I don't know what to talk about, or I'm not an expert in anything, or no one wants to learn from me. But the reality is that you have a whole lot more to share than you think you do. And I always go back to the person who's playing guitar, right? If you just learned guitar, let's say 3-4 months ago, and you just learned your first 5, 6, 7, 8 songs, and you're so proud to play them, well, someone who just bought their first guitar today, you're a great person to teach that person the first couple songs that they're going to learn, because they're fresh in your head. They're going to go through the same mistakes that you had. They want to learn the same things that you did. If they went to someone who's, a Jimi Hendrix type, who's, doing all these guitar solos and trying to teach them all kinds of different chord progressions, well, it's going to be over their head. So just because you're not a 10 in a subject doesn't mean you can't teach someone that's just getting started. Now, if you are a 10, you really have to break down your information for your audience. And we're going to talk a whole lot about that in just a few slides. So I want to talk first about how the affiliate industry can really use products. I think this is very important. And the first is education. I think education in the affiliate industry is so important. Affiliate networks educating their affiliates, about their different programs, about the ways that they can send traffic, about just different traffic sources, about compliance issues. There's so many things that you can be educating your people, your peers, your groups, your followers, your prospects, your clients, your customers. There are so many different ways that you can educate them. And if you go back to the myth I just stated, is that this free information, this free education that you're giving someone might help them to sell more of your products. So think of yourself as, if you're a merchant, you have an affiliate program. Right? What if you created an information product that taught people how best to send traffic to your product, and it was a series of videos, or it was a series of PDFs or workbooks or action steps that people could take to better sell your product? Do you think that that person is going to learn something? They're going to remember that you're the one that taught them something? And if your education is really good and you're teaching these people really how to make sales, and I'm taking the course and I'm making sales, well, I'm going to be very loyal to you. Again, I'm going to know you, I'm going to like you, I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to keep promoting your products, and I'm going to tell other people about you. So education is one of the #1 ways that you can use products to grow your business. Now, you can create your own affiliate programs by creating your own products. So if you're an affiliate and you're promoting someone else's product, you're seeing how profitable that relationship is. If you're getting a check from an affiliate company every single month, you're like, wow, this is great. They're sending me checks. Well, what if you created your own product now, your own information product, and you created your own affiliate program, and you had affiliates selling your product? Well, that's a great win-win situation. And in the information business, your margins could be very high. Just look at some of the products and courses that are out there. You're seeing anywhere between a $97 product to a $500 product to maybe a $2,000 home study course. And if it's all delivered digitally, there's a lot of room in there to profit. So you can use information products to create your own affiliate programs. Or you can definitely generate a new stream of income. Let's say you're a blogger and you have affiliate ads on the sidebar of your blog. Well, what if you also had a link to some of your own products? Well, now you're getting paid from your affiliates, you're getting paid from your own products, you're getting paid from advertisers, lots of different ways, because if something happens and one of those income streams shuts off, well, you still have 1, 2, or 3 more streams of income. So creating a product can really help you do that. And creating a product allows you to build assets in your business, because it allows you to create new customers. It allows you to start segmenting your list between prospects and customers. Again, the educational piece, people love to buy systems. So if you're an affiliate and you're trying to sell off your business, well, now you have systems for training your affiliates in these products. You have, different mailing lists. You have different segments. You have customers. Building assets is very, very important in the sale of your business. All right, and then really at the end of the day, building a product positions you, your network, or your business as the definitive expert. And we call it the celebrity expert here, because you want to be the one that people look up to. When they have a question, you want them to come to you. And through all the products that I sell of my own, people are always writing me, asking me questions. Hey, I took your course, and I want to know about this, or I have a question about this. It instantly positions you as the expert in your industry. So those are just some brief overview ways of how you, as an affiliate, any affiliate industry, can begin to start using and leveraging information products. So I got a quick story that I want to share, because I think it's important to get everybody excited and show kind of what can happen when you start to sell information products. And my story comes, as Mary mentioned, I came from the music industry, and I was a former touring musician, and I was fortunate enough to play at Madison Square Garden in New York City, the Knitting Factory in Los Angeles. I toured with some really great bands. I've opened for Seven Dust and Buckcherry and Papa Roach and some really cool groups. And when we had just booked a 15-20 city tour, and we were ready to go up and down the entire East Coast, and I had spent every waking minute booking all these shows, and I had spent every dollar that I had to buy a trailer and some new gear and speakers and monitors and new tires for the trailer, and was shelling out for hotel rooms. And the day before that we're supposed to leave, right, we're all excited, we're all amped, we got all the new merch, the t-shirts, the buttons, the hats, we're ready to sell, we're ready to have a good time. The day before we're supposed to leave, the guitar player and the bass player sent me a text message and say, hey, we're not going. And I was like, well, what do you mean you're not going? Are you sick? Are you going to miss a day or something? And they had decided to drop out of the band. And to give you a little background, you can hear kind of talk fast. Well, I was a rapper in a rock band, kind of like a Linkin Park, 311, Gym Class Heroes, Roots kind of band. And this was like the lead singer of Linkin Park leaving the band and leaving just the rapper and the drummer. Right? So there was just no more band, and literally this felt like it feels like you just had the biggest heartbreak of your life, something you put all of your time and attention to. And so at this point I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. My plan A was to be a musician, my plan B was to be a musician, my plan C was to be a producer and be in the music industry. So I didn't have a plan B, and my wife's parents took me to an internet marketing conference, and it was the last thing a 23-year-old kid wanted to do on a Saturday. Ended up going for the entire day and spent my entire life savings at this conference. I don't remember what it was, $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand. As a 23-year-old kid in student loan debt and all that stuff, I mean, that was a lot of money to me at the time. And so I spent all this money, got this internet marketing stuff, and it started to work. But 3 years go by and 4 years go by, and you're still not bringing home the income that you want. And so I created my first information product finally after trying all these different things. And being in the music industry, you always get pulled back into the music industry. So I created this product for musicians, teaching musicians how to use internet marketing to get more fans, and we called it the New Music Economy. And the first night when I say we did a webinar, just like the one that we're doing right now. Just had a little webinar. I invited my blog readers to it, and I said, hey, I'm doing this really cool webinar. I want to teach you about the New Music Economy. And it was like an hour-long webinar, and about 45 minutes in, I just given some great content. I'm teaching guys some really cool things, stuff that musicians had never even thought about. And then the pitch comes, right? And I'm like, all right, I have this really cool product, and just for you on the webinar, I got a real special price for you, and nothing happened, right? No sales, nothing's happening. I'm just like, oh no, I built up so long for this one moment and nothing happened. And I had 2 computer monitors, so I had the one monitor that was running the webinar, and I had another monitor to the right of me, and it had Gmail and PayPal open. So I'm looking at the 2 monitors, and so obviously Gmail would say, ding, you have a new sale, and then PayPal would go, ding, you have money in your account, right? So I have these 2 monitors open, and nothing's happening, and I'm freaking out. I'm starting to do the pitch, and I'm telling everybody what it is, and I'm telling them the price. And 5 minutes goes by, and I'm like, oh man, I'm totally tanking, I'm totally bombing, and then all I hear is ding. One sale came in, and I'm living in a town home at the time, and on the second floor, one of the bedrooms was the office I was working in, and the other was our bedroom. My wife was doing laundry, and so I called this story to run and tell your wife's story, because as soon as that first sale came in, while I'm live on a webinar, I got up out the chair and I sprinted across the hallway, and I was just like, baby, 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 I made a sale. All this hard work for the last 3-4 years, it paid off, it paid off, it paid off, and I'm just, so ecstatic, calling my wife. Meanwhile, I'm live on a webinar, so like my people are left hanging as I'm screaming in the other room. And then I come back to my chair, and I'm looking at the screen again. I had 3-4 more sales pop up, and got up again, and ran and told my wife. And then I come back, sat down, and at the end of that night, we had sold more products and services than I had at the job that I was working for the previous 3 months. So that is the power of information products when you put it all together. And all of that's just to say the power that these things have. And the power that it has when you make your first dollar online. Even, if you're making money online right now, just adding that new income stream, it's so powerful when you see your hard work really help people out. And then you get the emails the next day saying, hey, Greg, I went through the course. It was great. It changed my life. Or I got new fans, or I got a new show. And, everything really just starts to steamroll from there, and really cool things happen. So, all right, so here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to start by talking about, we just kind of talked about why it's important to create information products in your business, right? Then I'm going to show you the exact process on how to figure out what you need to include in your information products. All right, then we're going to decipher what people want and what they're going to pay for, because those are two different things. And there's also a difference in what you think they want, what they really want, and then what they're actually going to pay for. Because people all the time will say, hey, oh yeah, if you put out a course on that, I'd buy it. Yeah, sure you will, until it comes out and you ask them for the money, and then they're like, oh, I don't really need it right now. So we're going to decipher what people want, what people need, and what they're actually going to pay for. And then I'm going to share with you the exact tools that we use to record and edit our own products, and many of them are either free or very, very inexpensive, because I want to get you guys started in creating products. And then we're going to have an open Q&A session on anything that you guys have on creating information products. And in the last year alone, and we've created over 60 information products for our clients, ranging everything from helping women overcome menopause, to helping plumbers and contractors create better businesses, to dating advice, to marketing advice. So we've covered really the gamut. So a lot of different ideas flowing there. So if you guys have questions, make sure you put them in the chat or in the question box, and we'll make sure that we get to them either during the presentation or as soon as the presentation ends. We'll make sure that we get to your questions. We want to make sure they're answered. So, the biggest thing that you want to think of when creating your information products, your educational products, is you want to get rid of the itch that your audience has, because that's what they're willing to spend the most money on. So if you're an affiliate network, or if you're a merchant and you have affiliates, what's the biggest itch that your affiliates have? Is it that they're not making sales? Is it that they're sending traffic that's not converting? Is it bad traffic? Is it that, is it that they're not, making enough to provide us sufficient income? What is the biggest itch that audience has? Because that's what they're either willing to pay for, or they're willing to do anything to get that information in order to get to the next level, in order to increase their income, in order to change their business, change their life, whatever the case is. So find that itch. Think about it as, if you have a rash break out, on your back, and you're about to go on a cruise, you will do anything. You will buy any cream, any potion, every powder, every, crazy drink, supplement, anything to get rid of that rash. What is that same pain point that the people you want to create your products for? All right, that's the first thing that you really need to think of. All right. The second is you want to position yourself as the expert, as the person, as the company who can now solve that burning problem, who can control that itch. That's really your only goal as a product creator, is to position yourself as the expert and give them the answer, right? Now, while you're creating the product, you always want to set their mind up for the next step. So after they go through this product, well, what's the next step, right? So if you're teaching your affiliates how to drive traffic, well, after they drive traffic, what's the next step? How to get better traffic? More qualified traffic, more conversions of that traffic, how to minimize their cost per click bids, whatever it is. Set their mind up for the next step, so they're ready for the next product, so they're ready for the next coaching program, whatever it is. You really want to think about that. All right, and then really, give them value. You want to produce the results. And the other thing, and this is, just a truth of the industry, you want to give people the illusion of results. The illusion of, well, if I just went through this product, I could see myself getting those results. Because unfortunately, the honest truth is that the majority of the people who buy your information products are not going to go through them. The number of people that download your PDFs, that buy your videos, the majority are just not going to go through them. That's just a fact of life, especially, like P90X is a great example. So many people bought P90X and they wanted to work out, they wanted to get those sculpted abs in 90 days. But the majority of them never got to module 12 or the disc 12 or whatever it was, never got to that 90th day. But the people who bought it said, I see value in this, because if I went through these workouts, I could see myself getting those results. And you really want to do that, because the day is going to come where they're going to pick that off the shelf, they're going to take the dust off of it, and they're going to go through it. I have my wife's parents actually have Tony Robbins cassette tapes, in their office, and they're still saran wrapped or shrink wrapped. They've never opened them, but the day is going to come when they're going to be like, I need some motivation today. Let me pop this in. Right? So make sure that the value is there in your product. All right? So where do you start? What is the first thing that you have to do in order to create a highly valuable and financially rewarding information product? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to find your audience's pain point. This is what we just talked about. All right? And what I want you to do is grab a piece of paper right now, and I want you to draw this little chart that I have on the screen right now. Right? It's just a line going straight across, and then two little edges on the sides. One, give it an A, and one, give it a B. And what I want you to do is I want you to figure out who this person A is. And A is where your prospect or your customer, where the person that's going to go through this program is right now. And that's that state of pain. That's the itch that they have. You know, who are they, right? Really define this person. Are they male? Are they female? Are they young? Are they working a job? Are they already entrepreneurs? Do they have a certain pain point? Are they struggling with something? Are they doing something specific? Who are they and what are they doing, right? And then describe that person. All right, give me some characteristics of who this person is. When I was in the music industry and we put out New Music Economy, I could tell you exactly who was going to buy this product, and it was, you know, a guy who had just gotten out of college, who is a singer-songwriter, which means he plays guitar and just sings usually half cover songs, half original songs, trying to be the next John Mayer or Dave Matthews. And he wears a backwards hat. He wears a T-shirt with a really cheesy slogan on it. He wears khaki pants. He wears like Converse-style slip-on shoes. You know, he spends more on his bar tab than he makes playing for that show that night. What he really wants to do is he wants to get out of debt, and he wants to play music for a living, even if it's just for the next couple years. And I could tell you everything about this person. Right? I can tell you what kind of guitar he used, what kind of guitar pedals he had. You know, I can name the dive bars in some of the different cities he played in. I knew exactly where he was and what he wanted, and that's what I want you to do right now. So if you're a blogger, you know, who reads your blog? What is the pain point? What problem are you trying to solve? All right, so that's your A. Your B is your prospect's promised land. Right? Where do they wish that they could be? Right? So if it's an affiliate that's not generating any traffic, at B, maybe it's making 5 sales a month, making 10 deals a month, making $3,000 in income a month, selling $10,000 worth of products a month, whatever it is. So what is the promised land? What is, if they could go through a program and come out and have a magic bullet, what would that magic bullet be? Where would their life be? What would their life look like? All right, so fill out your A. A, where is your prospect right now? And B, what is your prospect's promised land? All right, so some real quick promised land examples. In the music niche, maybe it's to get a record deal. It's to get more fans. Maybe it's to go on a world tour. All right. In fitness, it's to lose weight, to look great in a bathing suit, impress the in-laws at the holiday. Who doesn't want to impress your in-laws during holiday season or, you know, summertime's getting up? Maybe it's to look good on the cruise, whatever the case is. So those are like promised land examples, right? They want to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days. They want to look great in a bathing suit on the next cruise, right? So what does that picture look like? All right, maybe if it's a business, if you're teaching someone how to, you know, improve their business, maybe it's to make 6 figures this year. Maybe it's to cross the $1 million mark in their business. Maybe it's just to hire an assistant to get rid of some of the low-level tasks that they're doing so they can focus on the high-level tasks, you know, or whatever the case is. But look at the promised line, all right? All right, so now we have our A, we have our B. But now let's start to talk about what your customers really want. And, you know, it's a funny looking drawing right here, and obviously it's got a point to it. The first circle are the things that you know. What do you know in your business, in your niche, right? What are you teaching? What experience do you have? What experience have you gone through? What's your story of struggle, and how did you triumph? Right? So those are the things that you know, right? I know how to play the guitar. I know how to play 30 songs. I know how to do these kind of keys, right? I know how to run an affiliate program better than anyone in the world. I know how to teach women on my blog how to deal with emotional issues and depression and different things. Those are the things that I know, all right? The second circle is, what do your customers want? And that's that promised land. That's why promised land is so expensive. So, you know, their customers want to get out of depression. They want to get out of feeling sorry for themselves. They want to get over a divorce, you know, all those good things. So that's the intersection of 1 and 2 is what you know and what your customers want. And that's usually where people stop when they create a product is, you know, they start a blog for a certain reason, or they're running a program for a certain reason. And it's just based off the things you know and things you think that people want. Well, when creating products, you have to go a step further, and you have to know, what will people actually take out their wallet, take out their credit card, and put it on an online website for, right? Because, you know, if you're just going to teach me a few random weight loss things, I'm not going to pay for that. But if you're going to show me how I can lose 20 pounds before my cruise next month, I'm going to pay for that. Because I know that my friends are going to be taking pictures. I know that there's going to be video. I know that there might be some girls on that cruise that I want to connect with, or some guys for the ladies. You know, that's what they'll pay a premium for, right? So what will they pay that premium for? And it's to get out of that pain. So really start to think about that. All right, so let's talk about some of the ways to figure out what people want. And the most obvious way is to survey them. Just ask them, right? If you're going to Affiliate Summit and you've got a booth, ask your affiliates when they come to you, you know, what's the biggest barrier to having you promote more of our products, to run more of our offers, right? What is the biggest barrier that's stopping you from picking up more programs, right? As an affiliate, you know, what are your biggest questions? As a blogger, you know, send out a blog post that says, hey guys, I just got 5 questions for you today. I'd love if you can answer them. It's really going to help me out. I just did this in my business for the Product Pros last week, and the answers will amaze you. And when you give them your prospects, your customers, your readers, your subscribers, a forum with which to freely answer questions anonymously, you're going to get some really great feedback because they will tell you exactly what's on their mind. I mean, I got essays, like paragraphs from people telling me reasons why they haven't created a product yet, or what's stopping them, and barriers and obstacles, and what kind of training is going to help them. I mean, that's just gold, right? They're telling me exactly what I need to create. So the number one way, just ask them. Find a way to ask them, right? If you're going to networking groups, if you're going to the local affiliate summit groups, you know, ask some of the people around there. You know, if your market is to bloggers, find the 10 bloggers at the meetup and say, you know, hey, what would help you? You know, and they're going to give you an answer, and that is probably a great place to start, right? Number 2 is what do they react to when you send them messaging? Send out messages, right? So when you send an email out, what email gets the most response? Is it when you're talking about a certain subject and you notice that a different subject does not get as many opens or click-throughs or whatever the case is? On your Facebook posts, what gets the most comments? Because that probably is a fire or a hot button that people want to talk about, right? So if you post a Facebook comment or a post once a day for the next week, see which one gets the most comments, the most shares, the most likes. Those are the ones that people start to care about, and those are the ones to start to think about creating a product around or creating education around. Same thing goes for blog posts and just really any kind of, you know, if you're doing direct mail, you know, what are the direct mail pieces that get the most emotional response? Those are the ones you want to focus on and create a product around. Obviously, you want to look at competition. What are your competitors selling, right? What are they buying? In the internet marketing world, the great thing about product launches today, especially information product launches, is you can see all the comments that people are leaving about the pre-launch videos, about the different content pieces. You can go on Twitter and look for hashtags of your competitors' names, and you can see, hey, video 1 was great. You know, I love that you said this. You know, I didn't like that you didn't mention this, or this video was too elementary, or you know, this video was too advanced. I'd really like to see this. Those are great places for you to now take that information and create a product based on what people want. All right, one of my favorite things to do is to go to Amazon.com. Like, this is the world's biggest retailer, right? Go to Amazon.com and read reviews to see what people want from products and services. And I love going to books. I love going to the movies and DVDs section. And I just go and, you know, say you're doing a product on yoga, right? Amazon, and look at all the yoga books, and then look at all the yoga DVDs, and filter them by the number of reviews. Right, so say you found like a Jillian Michaels yoga DVD, and it's got 50 reviews. Read all the 1-star, the 2-star, and the 3-star reviews, because they're going to say, that Jillian Michaels, you know, she thinks she's so great, but she didn't even teach me how to do the pigeon pose, whatever, you know? Well, you know, your product needs to have the pigeon pose, because that's what people want, and that's what they're voicing an opinion on. So go to Amazon and read reviews. Now, obviously, you don't want to find haters and the people that are just trying to trash something and bring it down. Find the real reviews that people spent time on. Say, hey, I really wanted this book to change my life, but it was missing some things. Here are the things that it's missing. Boom. Great place to find out what people want when you create your product. All right, so far, guys, we have the A. Where are our prospects now? And we're starting to figure out what they want. What is their promised land? All right. Now we're going to take that to the next step, and we're really going to help them build out a product. And now on your piece of paper that you got, where you have the A on the left-hand side, the B on the right-hand side, I want you to make 5 little dashes, right? Just write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on all the dashes, and this is going to be your product. All right, we are building your product today. That's the goal of this webinar. I want you guys to have an outline for what you can create your highly valuable and financially rewarding information product on. So Position number one, there were 5 little lines. Position number one is the absolute first thing that your prospect needs to make a change in their life or in their business. And we just did a TV show here in Orlando called The New Masters of Real Estate. And we had 20 real estate professionals from around the country. And I was drilling them about, what kind of products they could make. And one was a coach who taught other real estate agents how to get more listings, how to get more business, more sales, more commissions, yada, yada. And I said, all right, well, what is the absolute first thing that someone needs to do in order to grow their real estate business? And he said, get more listings. I said, great. What's the number one thing you need to do in order to get more listings? Well, you have to go out and network. Well, great. What's the absolute first thing you need to do in order to network, to find the right people, to get more listings, to grow your real estate business? And he gave me that answer. Well, that's the absolute first thing that your prospect needs to do to make a change in their life, right? That is number one on your framework, your outline towards creating your information product, right? What you want to do in this first position is you want to explain the problem that they're having. We just went through all the problems that they're having. They're not making enough affiliate sales. They're not seeing results in their personal life or their relationship life. You're explaining that problem. Explain the problem that's going on in their head. Then you want to explain the opportunity, right? Here's how things could be. Here's great things happening for other people. Here's some case studies, some examples. Explain the opportunity. Here's what you can do to get out of the mess that you're in right now. And then you want to show them results in advance. And that is where the absolute first thing your prospect needs to do comes into play. Because you've explained the problem, you explain the opportunity and where they can take it. And now you want to give them one piece of information that they can do right now that's going to change their life or change their business. All right? So here's an example that I love to give. Again, I'm going back to P90X, right? A lot of people order P90X or Insanity or whatever the hot craze is, and they get it, they open it, they throw it in their DVD player, and the workout is freaking hard. I mean, you're sweating, you're crying, you're giving up, you don't know what to do, you're in your living room, and you're making a mess, and you're stinking, and your wife comes downstairs, she's like, why do you smell bad at 9 in the morning on a Saturday, all because you're doing this P90X thing. And day 2 comes around, you wake up 9 o'clock and go pop the DVD in, and you're just like, man, you know what? This isn't worth it. That was so hard that I don't want to do this. Well, you want to flip that mindset, flip that mentality. You want to make position number one, the first thing in your information product, the number one thing that they can do right now that's going to make an impact, that's going to say, wow, I did that little thing yesterday. I bet if I come back again tomorrow, they're going to show me something else to do that's going to change my business, change my life, right? So in the fitness niche, the first thing, instead of doing crazy P90X, walk to your fridge, throw out all the sodas, cookies, ice cream, crackers. Boom, done. That's all you got to do. And they wake up the next morning and they're a pound lighter, because they didn't have any ice cream, chips, Cheetos, cookies, crackers. They didn't have any of that stuff, right? They woke up the next morning and they go, wow, I lost a pound. This guy must be good. I want to hear what the next step is. So show them results in advance by showing them the absolute first thing that they can do that's going to make a change in their life immediately, all right? This first step becomes your pre-launch, your free materials, your blog content, your free report, whatever you want to give away to your list. And this is the lead capture, right? They come to your website and say, hey, enter your name and email address. I'm going to show you the one thing that you can do to lose 1 pound by tomorrow morning. Just enter your name and email address and I'll give this to you. That is what this position number one is. Because here's the thing. If you get people to know you, like you, trust you, and especially trust you, that you're the one that can show them the results, they're going to buy into you. They're going to buy into you as a person, you as a coach, you as a trainer. And there's a very good likelihood that they're going to buy into your programs, products, and services. All right, so position number one. Positions 2 through 5 is your product, right? It's a step-by-step formulaic approach to take them from where they are now to the promised land, all right? I love 4s, right? And that's why we broke this thing. That's why I had you write 5 things. 1 is the freebie that you're going to give away. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the 4 steps that you're going to have someone go through to get to the promised land, all right? The reason why I love 4s, people can remember 4s. The first 4 thing I ever remembered was I remember middle school or high school, was the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion, right? People just remember 4s. If you break 4s into weekly, it's 4 weeks, which is about a month. Can you see your prospect going through your course for a month? Right? A lot of people come out with this crazy 12, 13, 15 module thing, and it's going to come out over 90 days. Heck, I don't know what I'm doing, a month from now, let alone 90 days from now. I don't know if I can go through this product for 90 days. So I keep it short and concise. You want to give people results as quickly and concisely as possible. You're not here to create an encyclopedia. You're here to get someone a result. right? You're here to give them their magic bullet. So that's why I really like 4. So break your system into 4 things. And this is really, you're going to teach your best stuff that moves your prospect from where they are now to the promised land. So after you give them that teaser in number 1 that gives them how to lose 1 pound in 1 day, well, what's the next thing you need to do? Well, you need to exercise, right? So here's the exercise plan. Module 3, what's the next step? Module 4, what's the next step? Module 5. If I go through modules 2, 3, 4, and 5, I should have the result that you promised. And that is the goal, all right? So again, let's do a fitness industry example. I think that everyone can relate to this at some point in time. Everyone wants to shed a few pounds going into summer, going into the holidays. So the A, where I am now is I'm overweight and I need to lose 20 pounds. And I need to lose it as quick as possible. All right, my B is that I look and I feel great. I can take my shirt off at the beach and my wife loves me. She's coming, she's giving me hugs, lots of attention. It's awesome. Right? So I need to lose 20 pounds, and I want to look and feel great. It's a personal feeling thing. All right? So my number 1, the first thing that I need to do would be some kind of a strategy to help them lose weight and a simple exercise where they lose 1 pound in 1 day. And that's kind of the example I said. Go to your fridge, throw out all your carbs, cookies, pasta, crackers, sodas, juices, whatever's got sugar in it, that sugar loads you overnight. All right? So that's your 1. That's what you're giving out for free. All right? Now, I want to lose 20 pounds, and if I'm going to lose 20 pounds over 4 steps, that means I got to lose 5 pounds during each step. So the 2 spot would be the first step, the first module, and after going through it, I should have lost 5 pounds. All right? Whether that's exercise, it was something to do with nutrition, it was some kind of a weight loss plan, it was going out and getting a supplement, whatever your magic potion is. But I had to lose 5 pounds. The second step, I have to lose another 5 pounds. The next step, I have to lose another 5 pounds. So now I've lost 15 pounds. I'm going into the last step. I am pumped. I am hyped. I'm having a great time. Greg was the best trainer in the world. He's got me losing weight. Now in the last module, it's the final piece of the puzzle. All I have to do is this one thing. It's going to put me over the edge, and I'm going to get to my 20-pound goal. My wife now loves me. Greg is a hero. So that's your product, guys. That's how you break down a product. You just need to fill in the steps with what are those steps, all right? So now I want to talk a little bit about how people learn, because this is really important to putting together your products, and then we're going to get into the tools of how to create your products. So I want to talk about kids versus adults, and I always talk about The Simpsons. I actually didn't get into my Simpsons exercise today, but you got to think that Homer Simpson learns in a very similar way that Bart Simpson learns. All right? Some kids are going to be very good at book reports. Some are going to be very good at getting tutoring. Some are really good at just reading the book and then taking the test. Others, need a little more hands-on attention. They need to stay and get the one-on-one tutoring. Some need to actually dissect the frog, get in there and pull its guts out and see how it works. All right? Well, adults, we are no different. Just here in my office, my partners, right? I personally love watching online video. I can watch online video all day. I take notes and I take action. My other partner, Nick, will not sit and go through a video, but he will go through an audio. He'll listen to it at the gym. He'll listen to it in the car. He'll passively have it on in his iTunes while he's at the office. My other partner, Jack, won't listen or watch anything, but he'll read everything, and he's got his highlighter, and he highlights everything, and he bunny ears on the pages. So we all learn in different ways. So your product needs to have all the different elements. So let's go through some of the different elements right now. There are 4 kinds of learners that you need to target when you're creating your product. And the first is the why learner, right? And this is the skeptic. This is well, why am I learning this? Why is your method better than the next method? Right? And you need to answer that question both in your marketing materials when you're selling your product and during your product. So if any of my products that you go through, at the beginning of the video, I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Greg. Welcome to Module 1. Now, in this video, you're going to learn a very simple process to recording your products. And here's why I want to keep the process simple. The reason why I want to keep the process simple is yada, yada, yada. I'm answering to the why person. Because the why person needs to know why they're learning something or they won't learn it. If I just went in and said, hey, what's up, this is Greg, here's the camera you need, and these are the specs and this is that, the person who's a why learner is going to go, so what? Why do I need to know this? I don't understand why I'm learning this. And if you don't talk to this person, if you don't address that, then you're missing out on the portion of your audience who's a why learner. All right? Then you have the what learner. Right? What am I learning? What's the history behind it? Is there a story behind it? What are the facts? you know, what is this thing, right? So this is the person, you know, hey, what's up? This is Greg. Welcome to this first module, and today we're going to be talking about this camera, and you know, here's the reason why we're talking about this camera, you know, and you know, here's a really cool story. When they were building this camera back in the 1800s, you know, they had a certain kind of flash and yada yada, and I just go through a quick, maybe 1, maybe 2 minute story, but now the what learner goes, all right, that's cool. I can get behind that. I understand that. Now, all right, cool. Now tell me how to use the product. All right, so you have the why learner, you have the what learner, then you have the how. And this is the how-to guy. This is the guy that just says, I don't care why, I don't care what, just show me step by step how to do it, right? So much like I just showed you guys how to do the framework, that's breaking down for the how learner, right? So, you know, the first step you do is this, the second step you do is this, third thing you do is this. It's the how-to. And you really want to address that. Obviously, that's one of the most important parts in creating an information product, but you'll be surprised that people will leave that, and they'll just go about the why, and they'll just go on and tell stories, but they won't actually tell you how to do it, all right? And then the last type of learner is actually called, I don't have the technical term on here, but it's the what-if learner, and it's really just the first step. So tell me, if you just get me to the first step, I can do it and I can figure it out, all right? And so you need to address all of those questions when creating your product. Now, to go along with that, let's talk about the 4 other types of learners that I just talked about. Is the person who listens, the auditory learner, right? This is someone who they have to listen to something. You can show them all day long. You can make them read PDFs. You can, you know, give them books and pamphlets. It doesn't matter. They're only going to learn if they hear it, and they hear it in such a way that it makes sense to them. All right. Second type of learner is the watch. They have to watch a demonstration. They have to watch the process going on in order to understand it. And this is really how I learn is, you know, I love being in there, and I love having somebody show me and walk me through, hold me by the hand, and say, all right, Greg, take this widget and put it here. When you take that widget and put it here, this happens, and that causes this effect. I have to watch someone do that. And when I watch it, my brain understands that, right? Then there's obviously the people who love to read, right? They can get a PDF. They can comprehend the things that they're reading. The last type of learner is the do. Right, and so this is the person that needs to take action. This is the person that needs the live event. This is the person that needs Q&A webinars. This is the person who needs phone calls, whatever it is. So when you create your product, you need to have all 4 elements. You need to have your product be able to be listened to, be able to be watched, be able to be read, and have some kind of an action attached to it, have a way to do. All right, and here's exactly how we break it down, just to make it really simple for you. This is the process to create a product that addresses all 4 of those learning styles. You shoot a video, whether it's a screen cam video or a live direct-to-camera video, right? So you can do a video just like the one we're doing now on this webinar, right? And now you have the video portion. You can use free software that I'm going to show you in just a second to then strip the audio out. So now you have the video, and now you just have the audio. So you have video, audio, right? Then you go and you get it transcribed. And we just use Fiverr.com right now. It'll transcribe 15 minutes worth of audio for like $5, right? So you have an hour-long audio or video that you need them to transcribe. That's like $20 to record an hour. I mean, that's awesome. So now someone can watch your video, they can listen to the audio, and they can read your transcription. The final part, the do, is to have some sort of forum or some sort of live experience for them. 2 ways to do that. One is to have a private Facebook group. This is my favorite things to do right now. Have a private Facebook group, invitation only for the customers that buy this product. You can ask questions, interact with anyone on there, and this is enough that they can do. They can log in and see the Facebook things every day. They can see the notification when someone pops in, right? The other way to do this is to have a live Q&A call, right? So remember I said I love to break things down in 4. So what I always do is I release a course when someone buys something. I say, hey, you're going to get the lessons once a week over the next 4 weeks. On Monday, you're going to get the video, you're going to get the audio, you're going to get the transcription. You're going to be able to go through all the materials. And then on Friday, we're all going to get together. We're going to jump on a live call. And I'm going to go over some of the core principles of the module, and then I'm going to see if you guys got questions. And they can jump on and they can do, right? The other thing to do here in the do section is to create an action guide. So after you have the video, you have the audio, you have the transcription or the manual, we'll now create action guide, create a fill-in-the-blank process, fill-in-the-blank system that's going to allow people to then go through all the actionable items in your process. So those are 3 great ways to do, and that's how you take one piece of content and make it available for all the different types of learners, right? So now let's go into resources, because I know you guys now are like, all right, I got all this information, I have my A, I have my B, I have my framework all ready to go. I know that I need to have video, I know I need to have audio, I need to have a way for people to read it and a way for people to do, but how do I do it? All right. First, recording audio. Recording audio is quite possibly the easiest way to create a product. You just talk. All right. If you're on a Mac or a PC, actually, you can use a free program called Audacity. And this is what I use. I'm in it 24/7, 365 in Audacity. And what you do is, if you have a microphone or if you have a laptop and you can just, it has a built-in microphone, you open up Audacity, you hit the big red record button, and you just talk right into your computer. Hey, what's up? This is Greg, and welcome to the 4 Steps to Lose 20 Pounds in 30 Days. Here in the first module, I'd love to, and boom, you're just talking right into your computer. You hit stop, you hit export, and boom, you have an audio file done. All right. If you're on a Mac, GarageBand, great free program. You can do the exact same thing. You just talk right into your computer. If you don't want to talk into your computer, you don't want to get a microphone, you don't want to bother with all of that, one of our favorite services, freeconferencecall.com. Just go to freeconferencecall.com. They'll hook you up with a free conference call number. You call this number, you hit in a couple PIN numbers, and you can record a telephone call. All right. So imagine, say you have a 30-minute drive home from work every single day. Well, what if you got on the phone every day for a week and you recorded yourself talking into the phone for 20 minutes? Hey, what's up? This is Greg, and today we're going to talk about the 3 steps to blah, blah, blah. And you're just talking right into your phone on the way home, right? By the time you get home and you hung up, free conference call shoots you an email and says, boom, here's your MP3 recording of the call that you just had. So imagine doing that for 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row. Boom, could that be an audio product done in a week just talking on your way home from work? So you didn't have to put any more time into your day. You didn't have to break any commitments. You didn't have to do anything. You just talked on your way home from work for a week using freeconferencecall.com, one of the best resources out there. All right. So now let's talk about some video resources. First video resources that I'm a big fan of is just doing screen capture. So if you wanted to do a video like the one we're doing today and you didn't want to do it like a webinar, you could just record your screen. So create a couple PowerPoints and just talk like I am right now. I'm just talking. Like there could be no one on this call right now, and I'm just talking into thin air, right? And so there's 2 resources that we use, ScreenFlow and Camtasia. If you're on a Mac, ScreenFlow is a great program. It's about $100. If you're on a PC, and it's also available for Mac, Camtasia is about $300. And what this will do is it'll allow you to record your screen. So say you have a piece of software, or you have your affiliate program, and you want to show people how to log in, and how to find their banners, and how to get their tracking codes and all that good stuff. You can just record yourself going through the screen process. Record a quick video, throw it up in a members area, and say, hey, we just recorded a brand new product. It's going to show you exactly how to get your affiliate codes and your banners and throw them up on your press website. It's a 3-step process. Boom. Done. There's your video product, right? If you want to shoot live to camera videos, and that's you talking into a video camera, saying, hey, what's up, this is Greg, and you're looking at the camera and people can see you. 2 great cameras. Both of these are actually they don't make them anymore, but you can still find them on Amazon.com. Would be the flip camera or the Kodak ZI-8. And they also have a Play Touch, which is very similar. If you're going to grab one of these cameras, I'd go with the Kodak ZI-8 or the Play Touch, because it allows you to put a microphone input into the camera. The most important thing in any of the products you create is going to be getting your message across, right? So you could be using the most expensive camera in the world, but if you don't have a microphone and people can't hear you, it does not matter one bit. All right, so recording the audio and making sure that people can understand, comprehend, and use your material is more important than the camera quality. All right, if you want to take it to a professional level, we shoot all of our products and all of our TV shows. All right, so we were talking about cameras. The high-end cameras are the Canon 5D or the Canon 7D are the 2 cameras that we use for the high-end stuff. And then also for video, you can do it just like we're doing right now on webinars. You can use GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting. It's a really great platform, really great service to use. And the cool thing is that you can deliver it live over the course of maybe 4 weeks. So hey, every Monday for the next 4 weeks, we're going to jump on a live webinar, and I'm going to teach you, X, Y, and Z. And then after 4 weeks, you've recorded all 4 sessions, and you have a product done and created. It's a really, really cool thing to do. For editing, I mean, every single thing that we edit, we either use iMovie if you're on a Mac or Windows Movie Maker if you're on a PC. Both are free pieces of software. So guys, just out of all of this stuff that I shared with you here today, the only things that you would need to go out and buy would be ScreenFlow or Camtasia if you want to record your screen, or a video camera. But if you don't want to do any of that, you can just use iMovie, Windows Movie Maker to do your videos, or you can use freeconferencecall.com, Audacity, or GarageBand and record your product with no upfront investment, which is really, really cool. All right, so some quick resources. So once you've recorded your product, transcriptions can easily be outsourced. We use Fiverr.com, like I just mentioned, Fiverr.com. When you get there, just search for transcription or transcription service, and you'll find a ton of people. Look at some of their reviews. Typically, we like to test 2 or 3 people to transcribe the same piece of content. Like I said, it's only $5, so if you have a 15-minute quick call that you want someone to transcribe, we'll have 3 people do it. We'll see which one comes back the best. All right. One word of warning there, be wary of non-English speaking outsourced workers only when getting things transcribed, just because sometimes they won't understand slang or lingo or proper nouns, just little things that can make a difference, because you don't want to go back and edit 3, 4, 5 hours worth of transcriptions. You want them to get it right the first time. All right. So with that said, I would definitely pay more to have someone that speaks your language as a first language transcribe your calls or your videos. All right. Now these people can also create the action guide and the PowerPoint slides, which is really cool because they just transcribed everything. Now they can easily just take out some of the key points and create your action guide. Your action guide is just a fancy name for workbook. So here's a quick tip. When selling product, a selling point is not a workbook, because mentally from your prospects, they don't want to do work. They want a magic bullet. They want the thing that's going to get rid of their problems. They don't want work, right? And an action guide assumes that they're going to take action and put this up and implement it. It doesn't mean they're going to do work, right? It's the same thing, but just little simple things like that can really make the difference when you're selling your product, right? Now, when outsourcing anything in the product creation process, the real power comes in the ability to tell them or show them exactly what you want. So if you want your transcription to come back in a Microsoft Word document in Times New Roman, 16-point font, 18-point font for the headers, you want them to take out all the double and deleted words, you want them to make sure there's no ums and laughs and things like that, you have to tell them, because they don't know unless you tell them. All right, so I want to wrap this thing up. We've been going kind of for a long time here, and just talk about 4 quick ways to create your first product. And the first way, repurpose content that you've already created. If you've written a book, if you've written a report, if you've written a manifesto, if you've written a white paper, if you have a series of blog posts that you wrote, great way to create your first product is just to repurpose that content, right? So if you have a series of 4 blog posts, we'll now turn those 4 blog posts into expanded videos, right? And then take the videos and strip the audio and then get those transcribed and then create an action guide. And out of 4 blog posts that you already wrote, you now have a 4-part information product that you can go out and sell. Very, very powerful. So look at all the things that you already have. Look at all the stuff that you've created. Look at the webinars you've been on, the teleseminars you've been on, the things that you have done. There's probably a ton of stuff that you've already done, right? A webinar or teleseminar series. This is super easy, super efficient, great way to create a product. Working with a DJ right now for him to create his first product, and what he did is he just used freeconferencecall.com. He called up 5 DJs around the country who were making money, and he found them in 5 different areas. One who's doing touring, one who's doing weddings, one who's playing big clubs, one who's playing college bars, and he just interviewed them over the phone. Said, hey, what's up? I want to interview you for 30 minutes about how you make money being a professional DJ. And he did this, and he interviewed 5 people in 5 days, and now he has a complete product that he recorded, and he didn't have to create any of the content. He just asked questions that he would want answered about what he's doing. And like I mentioned earlier, the webinar process is sell your product in advance and say, hey, I'm going to hold 4 webinars over the next 4 weeks. Every Monday we're going to get on at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go through the module. Great way to create a product quickly. All right. Hold a live event and turn it into a product. And this is, one of my favorite things to do is, when I have an idea for a product, I'll invite 20 people into the office, and we'll have a full day, and I'll charge people to come and hang out, and we'll buy them lunch, and I film the entire thing, and at the end, I turn it into a product. I had it recorded, I get it packaged, I get all the design done, and boom, that quick live event just turned into a product. All right. At the end of the day, here's what I want you to take away. I want you to create a 4-part framework. Record the audio, record the video. Right? What is the first step? What is the second step, third step, fourth step? After I get to the 4th step, I should be at the promised land. And products, just to wrap up, they're really, really powerful. And again, you don't need to sell them. You can use them as ways to educate your clients, educate your customers. You can obviously sell them. You can use them to create an additional stream of income. They've been really fun. They've changed my life. They've changed the lives of all of the companies and clients that we've worked with. And I think they could be really, really fun for you. So,
all right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Greg, and thank you everybody for attending today's webinar, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.